Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to week two of our Consciously Creating Challenge. So, week one was all about the wheel of life. So, let's start there with the wheel of life. So, Wheel of Life is really this exercise designed to identify the areas of our life where we might feel a little out of balance. And so this is just meant to bring awareness. It's not meant to shame or anything like that. But it's a fascinating exercise that can create a lot of clarity on maybe where we are hyper focused on certain areas of our life. And these tend to be like, work, if we're being honest, and where other parts of our life that we might be neglecting that are really fulfilling for us if we stop and think about that.
hmm Yes, all about the wheel of life. Oh my goodness. Um, as you guys venture into week two, if there's um, an opportunity for you guys to do it again, to do the wheel of life, like literally each week, you know, print another copy and do it and check in. So like Kristen was saying, so that you become aware of all of it, and just a focus of what is important in your life and what you would like to focus on in your life and how to shift and adjust things. So it's super interesting this last week, just looking at my wheel of life, mine, and I had mentioned this in the email. Mine was connection. And I feel like that, especially this time of year into the winter time, it's like the connection piece for me just kind of goes to the wayside a little bit because I just am in this like hibernation stage and I just want to stay home under, under my blankets on the couch or in my bed. So yeah, so again, just an awareness piece. Like you were saying, Kristen, that it's not good, bad, or otherwise. It's literally just an awareness and where we can shift our life to just totally be in soul alignment, which we're getting into this week, with our sweet, sweet souls.
Yeah, yeah. So this week is, as Lisa said, all about soul alignment. And what does that mean? Uh, Lisa and I read a book together called The Desire Map by Danielle Laporte years and years ago, and she talks about a concept called core desired feelings. And she says that knowing how you actually want to feel is the most potent form of clarity that you can have. So I'll say that again. Knowing how you want to feel is the most potent form of clarity that you can have. And I remember reading in the book that anything that we want, um, it's only true for us if we recognize how we want to feel from that thing.
Mm.
So if we want, and I think she uses this in the book, like if we want a red Ferrari, like, but what is the feeling? Because if you if you get the red Ferrari, but it doesn't actually satiate the feeling, then it is actually all pointless.
Yeah.
So the clarity comes from knowing how you actually want to feel, not tangible material items or achievements.
hmm I just have this visualization of myself in a red Ferrari, like
Get at least that.
like, oh, but that feeling of being in a red Ferrari, like that, would just be like, I don't know, like exploration and freedom and just like bliss. I don't know, just like driving on an open road, I don't know if they have convertible Ferraris, but wind blowing in the hair and just, but that feeling of like, um, just, yeah, I don't know, just openness or whatever it is. But anyway, yeah, segue. Or
And
side point.
the cool thing about like knowing how we want to feel is that we are it's like this deep internal mining of like the gems of within our spirit, um, that they have a lot of substance and
Mhm.
sustenance, again versus the things that we want because it's a checklist that we've been told throughout life is like what we're supposed to do, or it's what we're supposed to achieve, or it's like we all have like the things that our culture or our family or our friends or whatever externally are sending messages, maybe directly or indirectly,
Mhm.
about what we should want, what we should do. And this is like the opposite approach
Mhm.
to where it's like,
Mhm.
no, no, no. And that, I mean, this is a process of unraveling, right? Of like um, getting clear on what do I actually want versus what I've been told to want.
Mm-hmm. So it's such a powerful place to live your life from, or to be in, in a space from. And it really truly, and one day, um, I'll speak about it more, but the last probably 5-ish years of my life, of this unraveling that's happened, it's really come from a place of looking at what you're talking about, the external influences that come at us, that how we live our life from that space, and what people want from us, or what society wants from us, or um, but to really get clear on what, like we talk about the whispers of the soul, literally those little nudges, and they start as, something's not sitting right. I mean, that's what it is really, when you start questioning and something's not sitting right, deep, kind of deep within, those deep, deep layers. And it's just a profound process to really listen to that, and then to evolve your life to emulate that. And it's a really beautiful process. Challenging as all get out sometimes, but that's part of it. And when we know that there might be, serious dark nights of the soul with this unraveling, and shedding of the layers, and really taking a deep dive into our souls, just when we know that, then then it becomes okay, and it's okay. So, yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, you mentioned that feeling, that deep feeling like in the pit of your stomach. And I want to talk about that just momentarily. This is in the email, but I think the first part of this practice is the reconnection back to the body, because the body has so many messages for us. And we learn, like, as a kid, I was always like very much told, mostly by my father, but like, just you push through it, you push through it, you ignore the pain or whatever, like this, the sensations of your body, because those are messages. And so for me personally, like relearning, like how to like really tap into the feelings of my body and to honor those, I think that's a
Mhm.
process. And so this week, really paying attention to how things around you, how people around you, how situations make you feel like in your body. Like, is it like a yes in the body or is it a no in the body? Because our body is really this um, instrument of discernment if we allow it to be.
Absolutely. It's such a great practice to be, but you're right. We have just society, societal pressures, we have just pushed everything down. And
Mm-hmm.
so even when something doesn't feel right, when our body's like, hey, we still push through it, and we do whatever it is. And yeah, so listening this week to the yeses and the nos that come directly from your physical body, I think is just a great, great way to start, and to look at that. And then yeah, enjoy the process. We hope week one was just so wonderfully chaotic, or whatever it was. We hope that there is just some beauty and magic that came from the exploration in week one, and we hope that magic continues in week two. And so, take some time with your journaling, take some time sitting in meditation, time for yourself. And yeah, so what else, Kristen? Is there anything else that we want to send them on their way with for week two?
Just the remembrance of compassion and grace. Anytime we do this work, it brings up things, good, bad, and ugly, and
Mhm.
it's brave. It's brave work to do. It's easier to stay right where we are than it is to make shifts in our lives, because the shifts create newness, and new is scary. And so I would just leave you with like this, like softness with yourself, softness like in the thought, softness in how you approach this, and just like being
Mhm.
open to that.
Oh, yes, for sure. For sure. Um, we'll leave you with this quote from our Consciously Creating program. When you are in alignment with the desires of your heart and soul, things have a way of working out.
Mm. Yes, they do.
Such a great, yes, they do. They have a way of working out if we trust the process and just live in the little bit of a flow. So, little flow state. So things will work out. Listen to your heart, listen to your soul, and have a beautiful, wonderful, incredible week too. We'll be in touch.
Yay.